All right. So the first question is, what initially led you to choose Little Lighthouse for your child? We know that there's many worthy places that you can send them, but how did you know that this was the right fit?
My journey with Little Lighthouse actually became about 15 years ago. I was sitting in the same seat you are. And little did I know, 15 years later, my family would be part of this family. And that became always in my mind. I read Marcy Mitchell's book, and so it was always in the back of my mind is this wonderful place, but I didn't really know how special it was. And once we learned of our daughter's diagnosis, she has Down syndrome, trisomy 21, we put her on the wait list the week that she was born. And then at that time, we were number like 140, and we were able to get into the program.
I was naive. I actually didn't know anything about Little Lighthouse, and my son Bastion was born. He has Down syndrome and level 2 autism. And we were in the NICU, and one of the managing nurses told me about Little Lighthouse. She said, you need to go. You need to go do a tour. You need to get on the wait list. And we're so grateful we did, and we found out that connection because it's made all the difference.
Little Lighthouse was something that I'd heard about in college and drove past and was like, maybe someday I'll volunteer or donate there, but it was not something that I ever thought would be part of our lives. Our daughter Liana has a genetic deletion. There's no syndrome name. And with her, nobody's ever said she won't do this, she won't do that. So I think in part we were in denial and like, well, maybe she'll grow out of it. Maybe she'll grow out of the delays. But progressively the delays got longer and more severe. And so I had a friend who finally put her daughter on the wait list, and she's like, just do it, get on the wait list. And so we did. But I think the whole time beforehand, I was like, somebody else should have the spot. She doesn't really need it. But then once we were here on the FLC side, I wish I'd got on the wait list sooner so that we could have even more time here because it's just such a special place.
How has your child grown, whether it's academically, socially, emotionally, since joining the Little Lighthouse?
I would say that Mariah has grown in her strength. So Mariah, she is still nonverbal, and she is 4, and she's starting to get stronger and being able to do some things with her walker. So this is actually a gait trainer that she has to help her walk, and that has gotten a little bit better along with the therapies that we go to. So Desiree and I were talking about this earlier today. My wife has taken her to more than 600 therapies in her life. We have 4 to 5 every single week. And so Little Lighthouse just has so many wonderful tools to be able to help them along that therapy journey that they go through.
So Bastion wasn't walking when we first started coming to Little Lighthouse, and we've gotten to watch him start to walk, and he's nonverbal also, but he is growing so much in his class. And his former teacher in purple actually pulled me aside at the Christmas party, and she said that she sees him every Wednesday when they meet in the gym. And Bastion walked up to her and told her, I love you. And sorry, I knew this was going to happen. It's really neat because this place does become family, and the teachers, just because you move on to a different class the next year, it doesn't change anything because the staff and the teachers here just love your children, and you watch your child grow in ways you never imagined. And I didn't imagine, I didn't know, I had no expectations. I felt very blind going into everything, and this place has done nothing but encourage my understanding of who my son is, and never putting a label on him, and helping me see what he's capable of doing.
Yeah, when we first started at FLC, Liana, she was sitting up. She had just started crawling. Any of the OT sensory activities she wouldn't touch, and just progressively watching her grow where she's willing to get involved in the activities. And then just since August, starting on the DC side, she's so much more social, so much more curious. and her walking is taken off. And I think it's because she's more interested in people. She waves at everybody as we pass by. And the biggest thing is from July, when we were on FLC side, till now, she can walk from the entrance all the way to her classroom by herself. And like, it's just huge.
I got you. Oh, isn't that so cool? Just how they start one way, but then miracles happen. And I mean, the teachers, you're so right. I mean, all the credit to them because they just walk every single day beside them. And it's never that can't. It's always just not yet. Okay, maybe not today, but tomorrow maybe. And we'll get there. And just so cool. Okay, next question here. What role does community play here at Little Lighthouse? How have the relationships with other family or our staff impacted you and your family?
I could probably talk for an hour, honestly, about that. One thing that happens whenever you have a special need child, and we have Mariah has an older brother who, he's perfectly healthy, is you have so many new decisions that you have to make as a parent, and you don't know what all those decisions are. And so being able to go to a place that has resources and can just walk you through different things is huge. And all these decisions matter, and they have long implications. And so being able to lean on the staff and support to help lift you up is just huge. I mean, everybody cheers whenever you walk in the building. And so the problem is with Little Lighthouse is once you age out, you have this high expectation. Where are we going to be able to find that once we age out? But this is a special place. And so all of that matters, all of that is important because you're not only having an extra burden, typically, I shouldn't say burden, more responsibility to be able to care for your child. You have more decisions that you have to make that you don't even know, who to talk to, what programs to look at, and they can help you with that. So that's been huge for us.
I have seen partnership at schools before, but I didn't really see partnership at schools until we started coming to Little Lighthouse. And I knew that about 20% of individuals with Down syndrome sometimes have a dual diagnosis of autism. And we started to see some signs with Bastian and his behaviors that kind of led us to kind of wonder. And his teachers actually came alongside us, and so did the staff, and they plugged us in with the psychiatrist to have him evaluated here at the school, which was amazing and so much easier for us parents, and the process was seamless. And we were able to get that diagnosis, but it's not stopped anything with him, and the community has been fantastic, and the teachers' ability to come alongside and execute a plan for him for every year moving forward while he's here has just been nothing short of incredible. And not only that, but the parents. I have really felt blessed with the way that the community has come together and the way that the parents are there for each other, and even the staff here. We've found so many resources. It's hard to find a babysitter, and we've found resources here. We have 2 other boys at home. They're 8 and 7, and it really makes things challenging. We want to spend time together, my husband and I, and the school has just come alongside us in so many ways. I honestly could go on for hours. It's been such a blessing.
I think especially on the FLC side, coming in for the first time on the wait list, you get to sit for like the first 15 minutes and just chat with the parents while the kids play. And I feel like so many times we're like, yes, me too. And it's just having somebody who understands driving to and from therapy multiple times a week, or having a PICU stay, or whatever else it may be, just having that diagnosis, especially when you've got other typical kids and what life is like. I think that was just so refreshing, and it kind of made, as much as it was beneficial for Liana, like it was also beneficial for me to dedicate that time every week to go. And then even now on the DC side, just having teachers and therapists that get the kids, and it's not a surprise what they are into and what they're doing. And I think just that's just been huge.
And we'll wrap up with this. You guys can kind of pick either person to talk to. The first is if you're talking to a parent who is maybe thinking about enrolling their kids in Little Lighthouse, what would you say to them? And the second, if you choose to go this route, is if you were looking at a donor and asking, how can their dollar make an impact? What would you say to them? Answer one, answer both, whatever you prefer.
Are you guys going to do parent or donor?
I think I'm gonna do parent.
Parent, okay. All right. I'll take the donor.
I do both, but
I mean, we have actually set up a family trust, and Little Lighthouse is a significant beneficiary in our donor base. Just to kind of give you an idea of how strongly we feel about this organization and what it can provide. There are not a lot of resources that I'm aware of who can provide a world-class educational experience holistically for the child and the family like we have here. Tulsa is just so blessed to be able to have this due to, Marcia Mitchell's vision, and I'm blessed to take advantage of it, or my family is. So I would say that the impact is dramatic here, and you really have to see it to believe it. And there's just a peace whenever you walk into the building that you know that people are here for the right reasons. They are the hand and feet of Jesus. They live out the mission every single day. And so, I mean, where else would you want to put your money, honestly?
well said. That was good. As a parent, we actually, so Bastion also has a compromised immune system, and he doesn't produce enough B and T cells to fight viruses and bacteria. So we do a weekly infusion at home. And our immunologist was like, I don't know if you should send him to school. And I just knew God was calling us here. And the school gave us so much reassurance, because there's definitely the fear. If he gets sick, we're in the hospital, and we're usually in PICU. And I don't want to be there. As much as I love the staff there, I don't want to be there. And I felt the Lord just telling us, hey, it's going to be okay. So if I were to look at a parent, I'd say it's going to be okay. And your child's going to come somewhere where they are so loved for who they are. It doesn't matter anything about who that child is, because they are so loved for every aspect of who they are. And the joy that you will have walking in these doors, and I couldn't say enough about this place and what it has done. And so as a parent to another parent, I'd say, come, please bring your child. Let us all meet your child and get to know you and become a community together and come alongside you, because that's what we do. We're here for each other. I mean, the stories and the friendships that these students have in the classroom is unmatched. There's nothing like it.
Yeah, I think I would say just come sign up, get on the wait list now, just so you can have as much time here as you can. It is better than what you think it would be, and then you'll experience more love and more growth than what you'd anticipate. So, yeah.